sure hope that things actually do shift for the better. I feel that in a way that they are, but in a way I also could sense that it's just putting me in a state where I know I have to shift to another direction now. I could sense it. I could sense that I have to go in I really have to, I really hope I can figure this out. Oh. It's true. I did figure out how I could go to California like 3 times. So if I could figure that out, I could figure out anything. I could figure out, and I've been to Florida. I've been to so many other states. And now I'm just at a point where now it's time for me to travel there on a more frequent basis, like travel to different states on a more frequent basis, because it's just my interest now. So because it's my interest, I have to figure out how I could travel with all of my necessities, things that keep me like having all of my creative stuff there that have to be there. I have to construct in my mind like how I can have everything I gotta say, okay, I gotta create a list of bins that I have to take with me that are gonna have the different things that I use. And then I have to have my food, area, my solar panels, different things that are gonna allow me to travel with all of my things. That's really it, because I'm at a state where something like I really would like to be involved in nature. And in order for me to go to be more involved with nature, I have to figure out how I could move to certain areas. I know that it seems almost like I should have children already, but I guess it's like I have to do the whole travel thing before that point, because I know that I don't want to live in the city like this anymore, because it's too cluttered and there's not enough space for you to run and stuff like that. you know, it's not enough space, not enough nature. And I'd rather be at a place that has more nature. And in my house, it's just my house with all of the things that I do and that I'm interested in. You know, so in order for me to get to that phase, I have to figure out what type of car will allow me to have all of my things so that I can not only go out and do what I'm interested in. Yeah, I think I'm figuring it out as I go, though, because in a way, certain things are definitely business related, so I could probably get business funding, and other things are personal. But it's not like I can't pay myself, you know, for servicing the business, right? So technically, in a way, I'm sort of using that as a way to, you know, be of service, not only to others, but to myself. Because, you know, that's the point. You know, it's not like it's all just because of the money. It's about what you can get with the money that creates an asset for you. You know, so then those, you know, those things that you have allow you to live the life that you feel like living. Because without that, it's like you are being thrown around by just your environment rather than you taking a hold of the tools within the environment to get you to different levels and stages. So it's just a whole bunch of things. And I guess at the same time, I gotta like think more in terms of, okay, there's a beginning level, then after the beginning level, there's another level. And it's just different levels. And it's just like the map that you're creating about what steps to take now. So it's like you gotta create the whole map. The map of what to do now, to like what to do when you're at that level after you've completed those steps. Then it's like, you know, and you could continue creating the map of steps. And this map of steps allows you to visualize correctly, visualize in order. And as you're visualizing in order, because that's another thing, the steps in itself are the visualization. So since they're the visualization, like, that's life. Life is just you taking those steps towards your next step and your next. Because it's all part of your way of thinking and your interest. it's your interest that creates and forms the things around you. And we just have to realize, we just don't have to realize that we have always had the power to shift things, but it's just sometimes we get lost in certain, lost in certain patterns. But everybody has made a choice where they wanted to go at certain periods of time. But it's just like, if you're the one that wants to experience those things, a different environment, that's what you have to do. So it's like, but not everybody feels like that. Some people feel like they're already at the place where they enjoy. So it's like, everybody, like, you have to find what you have to do in order to get to the next stage of life that gives you excitement to live. So that's just my path. That's the path I have to take because it makes sense for me. And since it makes sense for me, like, I know I ain't got no time to be wasting. So yeah, I'm really seeking what how I could make that jump right now. That jump to the next phase of life, having my stuff. I guess first I have to draw it out, so I'm gonna sketch it out. I'm gonna sketch out what I'm gonna make a list of bins that I'm gonna have with all my things, and then see how everything is gonna fit, how much space I'm gonna need. That way I could measure, all of my things in proportion with the size of my vehicle, or should I say my automobile. Like, I would like to build my own vehicle, or should I say my automobile, but it's like, in the beginning, I really feel like I just have to get one that's already made, or just like customize one to what it is I have to, that has to be, like, I have to make sure that it could tow a certain amount. And I also have to, maybe at first I have to probably rent a car to go from here to like the shortest amount, like North Carolina or South Carolina. I gotta try that first. But then again, that's not where I would like to go. I think maybe Florida is better. Go from here to Florida on a rental. That's just 16 hours, I think, or maybe more. And, if I could do 8, then I could definitely do 16. And so, going all the way there, then I can, yeah, I could go to different areas there, take care of some stuff there. Yeah, take care of some stuff there. Gosh, it's just so many steps. So I think for me, I really have to start like putting stuff on the wall, right? That tells me the steps I have to take, you know, because that's what's gonna help me to do everything in the correct order. And once I do things in the correct order, it's all gonna come into place. Gosh, I wish I could be doing something else right now. Can't. You see what I mean? This is crazy. This is insane. I think maybe I'm stopping myself right now. But then again, I don't think that's the case because I already made some moves toward my goals. So it's just a matter of the certain things coming back in the mail for me. You know, just looking. Yeah, it's all just my imagination. Everything is my imagination. And it's like, in order to make it real, I gotta take these steps. By taking these steps, I'm making it there. Because it's not like you could just, in a way, yes, you can attract things to you, but there's attraction, but then there's also taking action, physical action with the attractions. And that's the thing. I have attracted certain information to me, which is the reason why I'm able to get to the next level. I have attracted that information. And so everything is working out. This is like everything is working out. Everything. It's all working out for us, the ones that trust. trust. And it's true that it would be a lot better if my laptop was, if I had enough screens to be able to, it's just so much things that I'm like, I feel like that's what I need. It's like almost like being in a prison. Like you can't move out almost unless you freaking learn what to do, like what steps to take. It's like being in a prison based upon how much information you know. But you want to move out, you want to get to the next level, but you gotta learn what you have to do. And certain things have become kind of like confusing. It's so confusing, man. I'm wearing this hoodie because it's cold in this room. I mean, you can always, like, I'm not like, there's always a donation button. Like, there's a donation link on my YouTube that you can always donate to me. But of course, I'm looking for ways to get to the next phase of life by working on business related things, because I think that that's what's going to lead me to the next phase. Anything else is just like, like at the moment, yes, I made a certain amount of, got a certain amount of donations or got, was compensated for my service, right? But at the same time, is that really enough for me to go to another place? Is that really enough for me to get the type of car that I'm looking to have that can, carry all my things? Is that really enough for that? And that's the reason why it's like you sort of have to use supplemental money from another area or something. You have to get something so that you can be able to get the tools you need to get to the next level. And it's like I don't really think that it's my, like it's a good thing for me to look to a guy to help me, like, because that will have to force me to choose that guy to have children with, right? If I were to let a guy help me to get to the next level. And I don't know if I can actually make a decision like that. So that's the reason why I'm stuck in this limbo type of phase or state, because I have to look to see how I can do certain things myself before I could decide on the proper person I feel like being with. That's a lot of things to process, And it's kind of like, I think it's just the fact that I've been very I really look at people and what they do, and certain things, it's like, I don't know if I can take that, And it's not that they're like a bad person, it's just that certain things, it's just like, I don't know about that, no. But it's not like they're bad, it's just something about me. I guess it's just pet peeves. Like, I don't know. And I have to deal, like everybody has something about them that's kind of like, does it really make sense for me to decide to just be with you? And that's just too much for my brain to even process and make a decision. And it's not like I really want to put them through that whole process of me waiting, them waiting. That's not what I really want, and then that's what leads me to just think like I should just have children with them. Like, it doesn't matter who, It's more like about just accepting the fact that, yes, I would like to have children. But it's like, of course, I have to be in my proper space in order for me to be at that level where I can do that. Because it's all about just me being able to support myself and support my children in the type of environment that's more best for them, So for me, my path leads me to me just having to make a decision on that, in that way. Me finding a place. And then once I find the place, I know that no matter what, I can always support them. Like, if the relationship is like, okay, yes, I got this guy that could be there for my children, but if he becomes busier or wants to have children with another woman, I guess that's okay too, as long as, like, I have the foundation and everything is good for me. And then I guess, like, I can always be with like have children with another guy and stuff like that. It just has to do with me having the foundation. you know, because it's like I'm still gonna love all my children the same, you know. And it's just a matter of just like respect. Because, you know, like in my history of ancestral history, I guess, I know this is a lot to talk about, but it's like, just imagine your father having multiple women, right? Or more than one, should I say. And it's like that side of the family that he had children first, right? Like the relationship was not really all that connected because they had a certain perspective that caused them to think that his new family that he had was like a bad thing that happened when it's actually not a bad thing, right? Because I'm here, right? You gotta deal with me. Like, I'm here. So if I'm here, and I'm here for a reason, like, why should I feel bad, you know, having multiple male fathers that have my children? And why should I feel bad about them having children with another woman? As long as I have the foundation and can raise my children, that's really what matters. And as long as I have, you know, a constant flow of, you know, support from family and from anybody that likes to be in this energy, that, you know, nature. So it's like, my perspective is kind of like, I can't really do anything by choosing just to be with one person. I gotta choose for myself what environment I would like to be in and what I feel is the best environment for my children if I were to have children. So that's the main thing. It's like, for me, I have to release control of the fact that I can't just focus on one male, because I have multiple people that could be a good potential father, you see. But it's just the fact that there's things about each one of them that I'm like, okay, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. But it's like, I know that in a way I'm sort of being like, I'm thinking that I could have a perfect person, but it's like, I don't know. It leaves me always thinking that there's somebody else could be, that somebody else is probably better or something like that. But it's like, I do value each person. I do value each one of them, but it's just, it's hard to decide because of certain things that make me think more than I should about it. And that's what leads me to feel like I'm going in a spiral and stuff. So it's like, that's why for me, I have to do something for myself rather than trying to think that a guy is going to help me. Because I don't want to be left with that type of, you know, challenging decision to make. It's kind of stressful for me. think I'm gonna be alright though. Whatever it is, I'm doing my best. I'm doing the very best I can. And I just truly wish that whoever I end up with, is somebody that I can enjoy my family with and my life with, and have a lot of fun with. And I know that it's possible, because if I were to think that it wasn't possible, that's just not really a good thing for me to think about, because I know that if I move to the correct place for, I will be able to enjoy the rest of my life, basically, like going on hikes, going on, getting fruits from the trees, harvesting all of my, different fruits and vegetables and herbs, being able to preserve a lot of food, being able to have, the space to do everything I feel like doing, to create things, make sculptures, it's like my land, it's my world, it's my realm, it's my castle. So these things are gonna allow me to be able to raise a lot of children. And in order for me to get to that point, I gotta get through this phase of, the situation. I know they tried to put obstacles in our path, but it's like we have to get through it. And we can't, stop believing in what is possible. So I know what I'm thinking about is possible. And I know that being in that type of environment is going to be more natural to me, which is going to help me to age more slowly. Because I'm going to be able to eat more fruits, and I know that it's kind of like I should have been having children already, so that I can already be enjoying that. But I sort of feel like the situation that I was put in, it's like certain things were put specifically there to lead me to certain paths. And then at a certain point, I had to change paths again. And that's the stage that I'm in, right? It's where I have to switch paths again. Because if I stay in this area, it could lead to it's not gonna evolve any more than what it is. The only way that it could evolve even more than what it is for me to literally find out what it is, what it takes to get to a different area, environment. I feel like I just been talking about this over and over. Oh, gosh. everything is falling into place. I know it. Yeah. It's alright. Like, I know that, it's like an illusion. Things put in your path, they're an illusion. They're like distractions, serious distractions. It's like a storm, basically, a storm that just is in your path. And you just have to, like, get to safety. Because it's like you being in that storm is stealing days off your life. And it's a decision you have to make. It's a choice. You gotta do something, or else you'll stay in the same place. And that's just scary. You don't want to stay in that same place, You gotta move. Move. It's the best thing to do. It's all gonna be just fine in just a matter of time.